is there a green pearl on the ground now? Okay, there's a pearl, but it's a blank pearl. Oh, well, I just threw that pearl off. There's a cherry red pearl. Oh, another pearl. Okay. I am writing all these down. I'm gonna get all the pearls one day. Well, well, well. Welcome back to another episode of Rain World, and I just seem to have had like the weirdest dream. It's such a strange thing. I seem to have dreamed of the past, a lot of the past, memories that weren't mine. It was interesting. Must have been part of the game. Must have been because I'm collecting so many pearls recently, you know? But I suddenly feel like that now I just have in my head a list of like places I need to go, places that pearls I've forgotten about, things to do to get, you know, the rest of the, I have a sense for where these things are now. Maybe I've just leveled up. Maybe I can just sniff them out, you know? It's a very, very strange thing that happened. Okay. Anyways, in all seriousness, I'm dead. In all serious, I do have myself a list. And I ended up noticing one thing in my research before I think someone would probably leave a comment about it, if true. But one of the clips I used for that intro was an artificer, and it's a pearl I definitely haven't gotten that's in garbage wastes. But I don't, on the list of pearls I've been given that say, the list I've been given is explicitly says, like, obtainable in Rivulet. And it doesn't say I'm missing a garbage waste pearl. So either that list is wrong, or that's a pearl just in Artificer's playthrough. So that's not on my list. If that was of concern, it was just good for the intro. What is on my list though is actually quite interesting, because I now know that the farmer raised pearl I went after in a few episodes ago, I was right about, like, I don't know, going after it. There's probably nothing up here, is there? Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing down either. It's not the one that I found. I stumbled across a different one, which is pretty crazy. I'll also say I haven't been here this way. But anyways, among that and other things, there's a lot of pearls that I've seen on my screen that I said, some of them I said I'd write down, and then I completely didn't. So I've kind of forgot about this. Where the hell am I? Interestingly, there is one, hold on. So almost all the pearls on my list, most of them are places I've already, like, actively been, I guess. This is Shaded Citadel, isn't it? However, like, my main issue is, like, interestingly, well, what the? Hello? I was about to say, interestingly, there's one in Shoreline, it says. Apparently. Allegedly. What's this? Oh, I unlocked the jellyfish. There are two pearls here, but these both look like blanks. This isn't it. I guess I haven't been up here, but this definitely isn't it. My point is that I was getting at is that somewhere in Shoreline I have to find a pearl. And it's one of the only ones where I don't think it's been on screen. Wait, have I been over here? I have not been over here. That's good to know. Oh my goodness. Hello? What's this? There's a spirit up there thingy. Is there a pearl? Oh my goodness, there is a pearl. Wait, why didn't I? It's right there. That was fast. Okay, I don't need a bat. How do I get this though? Well, this is pretty cool, I guess. There feels like there should be an echo up here. All right, I'm doing a giant jump. This is fun. Oh, there's a limit. Okay, wait, so this is the Shaded Citadel route. Hold on, let me go back. Is there more shoreline over here? Now, my list doesn't say there's another pearl anywhere. But that doesn't mean I don't want to go places. Wait a second. No, this isn't. Wait, no, this is... I've finally wrapped back around. No, I haven't. This is so confusing. This looks similar to a different area. That... Okay. I don't think I'm going to find anything new or crazy in Shoreline. Oh! This? Oh, have I never really just, like, been down there? Okay, then. Okay, well, that was easier than I thought. I mean, to be fair, when I saw there was a Shoreline Pearl, I was like, there's really not that much place in Shoreline. I remember I've pretty much explored, or like that, like, places I haven't gone. I was like, I know this and this, like, portion of the map now-ish, you know? I know the whole under section of the map, the underwater parts. And then this room is kind of how I helped divide Shaded Citadel in my mind. This area has the above ground part, the below ground part, the early game stuff. This was always just Shaded Citadel. And it's only like, it feels like there's only like 2 rooms I ever go here. This took me to the other pearl. And so I was like, if I want to divide Shaded Citadel, or sorry, Shoreline into areas to explore where I'm probably missing a pearl, that's why I was headed in the Citadel vicinity. I just didn't expect to find it so quickly. Also, I had a dream last night, which is very scary, but it was actually... I had a dream last night that was pretty funny, because in my dream, I dreamt that, like, I was playing Rain World, but every single screen had a colored pearl, and that I was just missing every single colored pearl. I think maybe I was, like, editing in my dream. I don't know. But, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Okay, well... There's a bunch of other places I have to go. There's, let's see, off the top of my head. I mean, I have a list, but I still like going off of the top of my head. Wait a second, is this the right way? No, this is the way to the pink pearl that I already got. Also, I will say, this is a perfect mirror to the other side. That room I was just in is a perfect mirror to this room. Maybe this entire area was designed with a purpose. I've also been doing a bit of editing, and I got to look at the pearls again. Not that, like, not like I have anything crazy extra to say, but I'm just, like... I just get to muse on them more. The ones I've been reading. I have officially decided that the citizens are absolute yappers. Whenever I get plain text, like, I feel like you could summarize that one pearl from Farmer Ray's, the farm, like, the gratitude, like, thank you for the food, or whatever that they say. Thank you for the shipments of nectar, you know? I feel like that could have been, I feel like that was like 5 sentences total, but it felt like 15, and it could have been summarized in like 2 very much shorter sentences. It seems like they could, like, I don't know, like formality or something. Okay, another idea with Shoreline was maybe there's just down in the ocean, but looks like not over here. Looks to the moon. I'm gonna remember to not, I'm still not going to. I don't think it's gonna end the game to do so, and I feel like it's inevitably gonna happen. Either I'm gonna have to remember to drop this before giving it to Looks to the Moon. I have a feeling it's inevitably gonna happen one of these days where I'm just gonna forget. And I don't think it's gonna be like the end of the game to just forget, you know? But for now, I'm just gonna be setting it right there. All right, what is this? We've got a purple pearl. Purple and pink. Hello, I'm your little archaeologist. Oh God, oh dang it. Sorry, I was Okay, I was doing something earlier. Music is off for this one. That's okay. I mean, it's just the looks of the mains music. Oh, I will look at it. It's about the local aquifer. It must be quite old, from when Five Pebbles was in the planting phase. Water is the most important resource for our basic function. Most of our processing is outsourced to microbe strata, which need a flow of clean water, or else slag builds up. Our processes seize, and eventually we die. It is very painful. They used to say that an iterator drinks a river, but neither of us two have seen a natural river, so I suppose the analogy is lost on us, little archaeologist. Yeah, that's not that great. Processing outsourced to microbe strata, that makes sense. Needs a flow of clean water, or else slag builds up. Originally, water supply was very important when placing iterators. Later, there would be a great equalizer. The fact that we breathe out as much vapor as we inhale water led to there being water available everywhere, and the latest few generations can be placed almost completely freely. Building Pebbles so close to me was believed to be a risky choice, but the groundwater was finally deemed as sufficient. It was not a good decision in hindsight. Ah, I know a little bit about that. Okay, well that's interesting. So you are like an older model, I assume. So maybe you might have like been built before, like when you had to. Oh wait, is that why you're located like on or like near Shoreline? Is Shoreline like natural, or I guess it doesn't have to be natural for it to have been a water supply. But is Shoreline a water supply? And that's why Looks in the Moon's over here. And then Five Pebbles is built to the left, not so close to water, but can still like utilize the rain and everything. Interesting. Also, there was a great equalizer. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Where did my thing go? Hello? Hello? Did I drop my... Uh-oh. Did I drop my pearl? I let go to grab one food. This is awkward. What am I supposed to do now? How did it like fall? Where'd it go? I'm spamming the grab. Oh, I got it. Easy. So the great equalizer is that they breathe out as much as they use, and so it messed with the water cycle totally, which explains like the entire planet is covered in clouds. So it really is like they breathe in groundwater and they breathe out through the rain. Very interesting. And very cool because the water... I've gotten 2 pearls now recently that have explained more about the water to me. Anyways, next on my list that I've decided to go after, where I now know there is a pearl, is Pipeyard. I suspected there probably would be. And I know where Pipeyard is, and basically I just have to go left. A really long way. For like a really long time. Uh-oh. The one thing I'm not looking forward to about going into Pipeyard is that, well, I do have an episode and timestamp for where I like found the pearl. I am just straight up not looking forward to going and getting it, because Pipeyard is almost most assuredly now one of the most like base game structures that I know like the least. It just is inherently confusing to me. My brain refuses to even attempt to like map it out. Yeah, and then Pipeyard is over here, isn't it? I feel like you can get so lost in Pipeyard, and I have no idea. Like, even though I have an episode and timestamp, I just have no idea personally where I have to go. Like, I have no mental map. I know the image of what like the specific room looks like, and my plan is just to run around in Pipeyard until I find it, rather than specifically look at how to get there. Mostly just because then I can familiarize myself with it and get a better map or whatever it is that I need. I'm glad to know, I'll be honest, I am glad to know or be relieved. There's only one pearl in Pipeyard that I need to get. I'm doing the risky maneuver of not saving after having entered a new region. Probably didn't need to do that, but it's okay. We're in the sump tunnel. I remember this, wasn't there like an impossible jump over here that like forced me to go to Shoreline or something? I don't remember. Or maybe I only thought it was impossible. I'm learning about a lot of movement tech these days. Like even just like the last episode or so ago when I did the backflip up and I found out that throwing a spear while doing a backflip, even if it's not like up or down or whatever, or sorry, like the down, like I know the down trick, but it can apparently help you get like a bit more height, you know? And I know on Survivor, like, it doesn't make sense because, hold on, where do I want to go? I kind of want to go up here. Okay. At least I didn't drop this all the way down. This, I think, is what I was having trouble with. But a well-placed spear could do me some solid. Yeah, I can gain a bit more, like, height from that. And maybe there's a specific spot where that would be useful. I feel like the same principles of physics still apply no matter, you know. Oh, here's one area that would have been hard. And is a tad easier in Rivulet. Oh, boy. I am just looking for a way. Now I need a shelter. I probably should have taken a shelter when I could have. Yeah, movement tech is crazy. I think my main problem with getting back from this direction was that I felt like I could do it. I just also felt like I needed a lot of spears to do a lot of spear jumps. Okay, this feels maybe more like the Pipeyard I know. Or I'm still in Sump Tunnel. I mean, it's a part of Pipeyard, but the pearl is not in Sump Tunnel, I'm pretty sure. This is, I mean, ultimately this is just a bunch of pipes, probably for water purposes, for 5 pebbles maybe. But there's a few areas in the game like that. A few areas in the game like this, truly. I feel like I recognize the area. Wherever it is I'm going, I know I've been in Gourmand. Or Monk, or I don't know, whatever one I did this in. Bunch of scavengers. That is good only for the... Okay. Okay. There we go. Shelter. And we were cutting it a bit close, but that's okay. All right, I'm underground. When will I see the surface world? I have a feeling probably soon. I'll also say, this is not giving me a lot of confidence in anything. Yeah, it grabbed me. Only way I'll get around those guys is via speed, probably. My main issue is just determining where I'm to go. I think that one grabbed onto me, but then... Oh, shoot. Okay, this is okay. Also, if anyone's wondering if taking the rarefaction cell is on purpose, yes it is. I have an excellent reason for this. It will be explained later. I do remember this, though. Okay. Hello there. I threw the spear at you, not... Ah, shit. I couldn't imagine this being my spawn without the rarefaction cell. And the only way to get out of here is by going up, basically. Well, at least I got my food. Hello. I'm just passing through. What? That actually jump scared me. I jumped onto you myself. That is not fair. Can you please come after me? It did come after me. Okay, so that would be... I mean, juking is always a fun way to go after things. Shit. Oh, I have to say, I hate Pipeyard. Just because of its, like, maze-like tendencies. That's one way to put it. Nom 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 nom. Okay, good. Alright, I think this takes me to the rest of, like, normal Pipeyard. Finally not being so underground. Also, this guy's not one for, like, chasing people, is he? Can I just, like, drop that here and then stab you? Shoot. There's a place to stay here, which is appealing. Oh, it saw me. Boing. Okay. Perfect. And then we throw that into here. And I think this is a good way to continue. We're venturing into the Pipeyard. Oh Pearl, where art thou? Art thou over here? Art thou over here? Art thou over here? Art thou over here? I know what the room looks like that it's in. Although there's probably multiple rooms that look like it. Huh. This is kind of like what it... Like, this kind of looks like the room, but I don't think it is because it's not here. I kind of don't want to go down. I'm going to go back to where I was. This is a good spot to save, though. A lot of options and for directions. I want to go back over here, though. Can I do this? Oh, that's handy. Oh, and there's a second pole there. So that's one way to get across. And then clearly, I can get up here. And there's definitely a way. Okay, never mind. I feel like wherever the pearl is, it has to be close to the surface. Ooh, maybe it's over here. That seems like a good place to save. I don't have food, though. Oh! Wait, is this the pearl I was thinking of? Well, there's a pearl. Wait, are there two in Pipeyard? I'm confused. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. I paused just because I had to come up with... I had to figure this out. And I did figure it out. I looked at everything on my list. I racked my brains for everything. I was wrong. My memory was just incorrect, but it's worse than that. I'm pretty sure it was a dream. The dream that I said I had. I've been operating off of my dream logic this entire time, and not the actual episode and timestamp. Like it over... I don't know. It's just like my dream overwrit the save file info in my brain. And I only remembered my dream. I need food. I should probably grab a bat or two while they're here. Is there nothing else here except... This feels like the place would be a secret. There's probably a way down, right? Uh-oh. I did stab you, so that's nice. And I have all my food now. Yay, we killed a lizard. Oh no, there's a secret to the left here. Yeah, I remember. That's just gonna be a scavenger den. You didn't steal any pearls from me, did you? Also, why are there these up here? Sorry, I'm just visiting. Oh, I unlocked a pearl in the sandbox. Oh, wait, what's this? There's like a a different type of pearl here. Whatever you call it. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Because I could try to go and get that one too. But I'm not sure if I will, because I kind of just want this one. And Pipeyard is a pain to navigate. Oh, shoot. See, and that happens. I really should have saved there. Now I'm all the way over here. I know which way I went, I think. The rarefaction cell is helping me a lot, but also it does limit how many pearls I can hold. I will drop it off at some point. Okay. Oh no. My cell! Did I even drop all the way down here? Maybe I should try that. Okay. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna throw you over there, and you go over there. Okay. Look, I just need this. Goodness gracious. I'm grabbing this purple pearl. It's not a death pit down here, is it? No, it's not. It's water. I love water. And food down here as well. Ah, boy, I knew. I was just about to say, I'm like, it's been a second since I've had some good, proper food without shenanigans from something trying to kill me. So this time I can save somewhere. We've come around full circle. And as much as I'd like to memorize Pipeyard, I'm gonna go ahead and use my chieftain passage to get out of here. I have too many passages. Also, oh shit. Oh, oh no. I didn't turn on my music again. Oh well. This is a special moment. Awesome. Chieftain. Alright, to Shoreline we go. Except, we're gonna exit and turn my music back up. Okay, so we learned about the water cycle a lot more. It's iterator breathing. We learned about everything, really. We're learning about so much. We're learning about the cycles, reincarnation. Not even just that. They said the reincarnation, or like the cycles, are like, some say it's more of a spiral, which does mean that you could probably retain info from previous or past, like, lives, I guess? I don't know if that even makes sense. Explicitly speaking, though, it is told that death is not the end. One of the movement things I still can't do yet is where I, like, tap the space bar with jumping on a pole. I'd love to do that, but it's okay. I'm your little archaeologist. I'm back. I'm here again. You want me to take a look at that? Go ahead. The scavengers must be jealous of you. Yes, they are. Oh, this is from the old drill site north of the farm array. The Pipeyard. It's quite ancient as the mines predate my construction. The early ages of the Void Fluid Revolution were an explosive period of innovation and industry. By creating a vacuum of empty space and inducing a flux in the energy fields around the singular null point you've created, you can cause a fuel mass of base elements to decompose into energy. This project is called mass rarefaction. Oh, I might have something that does something like that. Okay, so void fluid, I'm pretty sure is a resource, but is it maybe something that's used to create a vacuum of empty space? And then you just flow energy around it, around the point. You create a fuel mass of fuel? Is it fuel? Of base elements to decompose into energy. Okay, I might have to reread that 10 times to know what that even is saying. But it's an energy cell. Of course, this undertaking required extremely pure samples to properly craft rarefaction cells. Older mines on the surface became abandoned once underground construction became much easier, though most nearby systems were connected anyway, regardless of age or depth. Void fluid isn't exactly easy to purify, or even properly contain. The pearl itself is simply a maintenance and production log for one of the 47 operating drill silos. Does that tell me a bit about the scope of the world? There are... What are they? I already forgot the number. 47 pipe yards? It also reminds me of the Echo who said we were right to drill this deep or whatever, and the fact that there are drills in near like subterranean or whatever. Void fluid always makes me think of just the stuff that I swim at the end of the game, right? I kind of want to see this on the map now. Look at that. 2 rows of pearls. But that's fascinating. And then, hold on. And then, but what else did they need void? I mean, I guess it's just like, once your technology becomes based around it, or not like based around it, but at least utilizes it, then it's a resource that you need. Because now I'm just thinking about the letter I got where they were talking about how 5 Pebbles is, or like provides the creators with access to void fluid somehow. I mean, to be fair, and like food and water and everything. Maybe they're just being extra grateful about, you know, the system they created to operate everything. Seemed like a bunch of goofy fellas. Okay, so those pearls, in my opinion, they're close enough to warrant individual trips for them both. Next episode, I'm going to begin my plan to get the last, like all the sort of last pearls that I have. And I'm going to gather them all up in a shelter, and then I'm going to use a passage to just bring all of them there. So it's going to be a second before I actually read any more pearls. So the next few episodes will just still be the collection of them, I believe. Speaking of collection... Oh, wow, this is actually getting filled out now. How many pearls have I found total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's crazy. Okay, so let's look at this. It's interesting that we know about rarefaction cells. Did this pearl... This pearl had to have existed before Downpour, and Downpour would have added Rivulet, and Rivulet would have added the mass rarefaction cell as something you go and grab. At least I'm assuming it's unique to Rivulet, but it seems like a safe assumption. So you got to learn about them before even seeing them. That's kind of cool. I will say I'm not 100% on the void fluid being like what I swim at the end of the game, what I swim through. I mean, that's definitely fluid, and it ain't water. And perhaps it is a bit of a void down there, so it matches everything. Maybe there was more void fluid. But for me as a slug cat, I just kind of have to go down into it and just down, 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 down. The citizens and creators were obviously utilizing it, and obviously utilizing it a lot because they had to create mass rarefaction cells. And mass rarefaction is just the name of the process itself. It's a fuel mass. You can cause a fuel mass of base elements. So just a bunch of like base elements, basically, as fuel to decompose into energy. Oh, I wonder if that's how it... Wonder if the base elements that they're using is the water from the groundwater. The mass rarefaction cell takes groundwater and turns it to energy, and that's why and how they consume groundwater. And then, as I guess maybe a byproduct of the process, they breathe out water. Maybe it just like vaporizes the water. So they breathe out as much as they breathe in. You breathe out the water in the form of the rains. That water ends up back in the ground. What is getting... No, that can't be the entire process. Because I'm like, what is getting extracted then in the process? Energy somehow, but where's the energy coming from? If it's water power, that's just interesting. Like, if this was just the natural habitat of the world, the rain... Actually, this couldn't be the natural... What am I talking about? This couldn't be the natural habitat of the world. The only reason the water's all getting up there in the first place is because of the massive groundwater consumption being... Okay, so the physics of this doesn't need to make sense, but 5 Pebbles... They obviously have a ton of these, 47 drill silos. That feels like at least they're saying there's 47 iterators. But why would you do a whole drill silo for just one iterator? And I feel like this one cell I have seems to affect 5 Pebbles' entire operations. So like you probably just need a ton of drill stuff. You see, they had older mines on the surface that became abandoned once underground construction became much easier. Most nearby systems were connected anyway. Like systems of void fluid? Interesting. I'm just kind of like reading through other pearls here at the end now. Just like rereading, refreshing. Seeing if any puzzle pieces like connect for me. Here, Big Sis Moon is saying she's been without water for almost a cycle. I wonder how long a cycle is, because I know what cycles are for me. Cycle's not like crazy long, but also I guess it is. Like it's kind of just like a day. I'm just interested because the cycles seem, I guess what I'm thinking about is I'm assuming that the night and the rain are like 1-on-1 correlated. And maybe they are visually when I'm like high enough in the game that I'm not affected by the rain. But there's different amount of time in each day. Like the planetary days cannot be affected by individual like localized water cycles when the rains begin or not. Even though when I'm up there in the sky, like basically I want to know is does the rain I mean, I guess I wouldn't know when the rain does or doesn't start. Interesting. Oh, look at this about the local aquifer. Yeah, water is the most important resource. Most of our processing is outsourced to microbe strata, which needs a flow of clean water. That's what the water's for as well. Yeah. It needs a flow of clean water or else slag builds up. So now I'm wondering, I used to think maybe they were harnessing the rain. The rain seems more like a byproduct of anything. The groundwater consumption is what I was missing out on in the equation. And I think the groundwater consumption seems to be like what is being utilized. Like that's where the water comes from to, I guess, clean the microbe strata. The rain has nothing to do with it. And in fact, a different role from earlier, was it this one? This one, the log, microbes are infused into the building material that lie dormant for an indefinite period of time. They awaken in response to splintering and separations, initiating the healing cycle that fills in the damage and restores waterproofing to the structure. It's got to be waterproof and watertight. Yeah, most of the machinery storage areas need to remain watertight due to the fluctuating groundwater because it can go up and down, the flooding, and regular bombardment of heavy water vapor. So that's interesting. The fact we breathe out as much vapor as we inhale water led to there being water available everywhere. Last few generations could be placed freely. And yeah, by the point the creators had iterator technology, rivers were gone. They didn't see rivers. But interestingly, I will say, because it says they used to say that an iterator drinks a river. The fact that that was a lasting expression shows that the people who did build the iterators did at least know what a river was. Or at least culturally, it could have just survived as a term. Yeah, look at this. Look at all this yap here. The practical argument. I believe the argument is for what? Like maintaining good relations with our iterator. Despite you being family, I must beg forgiveness for the blunt vulgarity. We are, as long as we remain, dependent on 5 pebbles for water, nectar, energy, void fluid, and all other vital resources. Interestingly, if they're aware of like the cycles... Wait, so if they're like aware of the cycles and reincarnation as well, and I don't know if like some of them see it as like a spiral, so death not being the end, like death leading to life again, I guess. Is that like factored into the equation of like for as long as we remain, you know? They're like not just like as long until our lifespans are dead, but for as long as we are here forever as life incarnates itself, I guess. Look at this. By now, living on the surface is laughable. So wait, that's insane, actually. Just a little. The fact that the creators had to like, I guess there's a crisis. Like living on the surface is laughable. Which, by the way, at this point might just be because of the rains. Now I know. I think when I first read this, I did not have the context per se of Metropolis. Or I mean, I saw it because obviously there are cities up there, so I could have put that together. But now I have a lot more context that they make voyages down to the surface, which is kind of just like the rest of the game, you know, where the rains go. Living down there's laughable because of the rain. That kind of sucks for us, don't you think? Did they consider the impact on the local wildlife? I have to deal with this rain, and all for what? Your iterators? Just so what? Oh wait, that's why they're freaking dependent on 5 pebbles for water, nectar, energy, void fluid. The farm arrays are like still part of 5 pebbles domain, even if they're like the outskirts of, you know, the surface or whatever, past the outskirts. But they're dependent on it because they live in freaking Metropolis. They live on top of him. Oh wait, and I wonder, weren't there even in Metropolis? I mean, I know there wasn't subterranean, but even in Metropolis, weren't there trains? There's freaking trains, or not trains, but like subway cars kind of things. This had to have been and they're all out of service now, but what if that's how like natural resources from the surface and facilities on the surface got like imported, I guess, to Metropolis, including void fluid. Why would they need void fluid on Metropolis? Okay, whatever. I am curious what this spiritual discourse is. I forget, maybe I don't remember if I remember, but the spiritual discourse that displeases him. None of us really miss the times when their cities were populated. Imagine having skin parasites that also ask for advice and have opinions. Oof. This is the more I'm learning about this game. I mean, obviously, I've been just sitting here getting so many pearls, and I wouldn't have like such a clear understanding that of the picture in head if I'm not like going crazy about them all. Like this one was pretty helpful, and I almost didn't get it. I will say those that I was given of pearls obtainable in Rivulet, I guess. I'm just gonna say it this way: it did not have this pearl on there. Now, I already got this before I got the list, but y'all didn't know that when the list was assembled. And so quite notably, I got an extra pearl out of like that I guess people didn't expect me to get, I guess, due to my curiosity. Okay, so anyways, but there's just so many like little details in each of these pearls that just all add up. Like look, this delivery of nectar to our community. 8 sons, countless leaves of the house of 6 wagons. He's a secretary of the congregation of never dwindling righteousness. So it's like never dwindling righteousness is now talking to 5 pebbles, I guess. Maybe the farm arrays, maybe they're used. I mean, that would make sense if they're used by multiple iterators. You know what I mean? I mean, Pipeyard, I was about to say, like, if Pipeyard is an ancient, like, mining site for void fluid, kind of, oil, then it makes sense it wouldn't be, like, just 4 5 pebbles. It just happens to be, it's just near 5 pebbles. Oh, that's crazy. And they've got crops, they've got productivity. This is insane. And the thing is, they can make purposed organisms as well, which is why I'm realizing now that could be part of the automation of the surface world. Maybe like those deer in farm arrays, maybe they used to like harvest crops. I don't know what it is. I mean, to be fair, like there's microbes everywhere that like repair things, I guess. So I don't know. It's just confusing to me. Thank you everybody for watching, and this is crazy. I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.